The Southern Pantanal, one of the largest floodplains in the world, is a natural sanctuary located in the heart of South America, in the state of Mato Grosso do Sul. This region enchants with its lush biodiversity and a unique ecosystem that transforms throughout the year with well-defined seasons. During the flood season, which occurs from November to March, river waters overflow and flood vast areas, creating aquatic landscapes where boats and animals coexist. In the dry season, from April to September, the fields open up, revealing trails and clearings ideal for wildlife observation. This cycle of flooding regulates life in the Pantanal, promoting a vital balance for thousands of species, and it is from the charming Aguapé Lodge that we begin our full immersion into this wild paradise. Horseback riding is one of the most authentic ways to experience the Pantanal. Mounted on docile and well-trained animals, we ride along trails that cross open fields and sparse forest areas, amid the sounds of birds and the breeze blowing through the trees. The connection with nature is immediate. It's as if each step of the horse leads us to a slower time, where hurry doesn't exist. The guide's attentive eye reveals jaguar tracks, hidden nests, and the delicate balance of the Pantanal's natural life. The photographic safari is one of the most anticipated moments. Aboard adapted vehicles, we travel along dirt roads and trails that cross fields and forests. Natural light enhances every scene. The Pantanal seems to pose for the cameras, generously revealing its beauty. Each stop yields a snapshot and a new story to tell. When night falls, the nighttime photographic safari shows us an even more mysterious Pantanal. Headlights illuminate the glowing eyes of animals, while the silence of the dark is broken only by the sound of tires on the road and crickets in the grass. Aguapé Lodge is a haven of comfort in the midst of wild nature. With rustic and cozy architecture, it combines Pantanal tradition with modern amenities. Comfortable rooms, hammocks on the porches, regional food cooked on a wood stove, and a hospitable team create a familiar and peaceful environment. Here, time slows down and invites us to simply enjoy the present, listening to the sounds of nature around. Located about 195 kilometers from Campo Grande, Aguapé Lodge is set within a cattle ranch, offering an authentic immersion in Pantanal culture. The access road is part of the adventure, gradually revealing the vastness of the plains. Upon arrival, we are welcomed by a setting that blends nature and rural tradition, where coexistence with wildlife is part of everyday life. The hyacinth macaw, with its deep blue feathers and expressive eyes, is one of the Pantanal's stars. It is often seen flying in pairs or groups, emitting loud and unmistakable calls. When perched on tree trunks or palm trees, it seems to pose with elegance. Protected by conservation projects like the Arara Azul project, its presence is a symbol of resilience and beauty in the Pantanal's nature. The armadillo is one of the most curious animals we can encounter during the tours. With its rigid shell and shy gait, it digs holes and protects itself efficiently. It may go unnoticed during the day, but its presence is marked by burrows and tracks on the ground. Some species, like the giant armadillo, are rare and extremely discreet. The caiman is omnipresent in the Pantanal's flooded areas. During the day, they are seen sunbathing on the banks of rivers and lagoons, with their mouths slightly open and eyes alert. At night, their eyes shine like flashlights when illuminated. They are opportunistic predators, essential for the ecosystem's balance, and despite their imposing appearance, they generally avoid contact with humans. Once again, we embark on the photographic safari, now in search of unique moments, such as sunrise and sunset. With each new outing, the animals seem to reveal themselves in different ways. Repeating the safari is like leafing through the pages of a book, where each reading reveals new details. The landscape changes with the light, and the Pantanal transforms into a natural movie set. On the evening photographic safari, the sunset is a spectacle of its own. The sky turns orange, pink, and golden, reflecting on the calm waters and creating a natural mirror. It's a moment of deep contemplation, where nature seems to give thanks for another day. The giant anteater is a gentle giant of the Pantanal. With its long fur, narrow snout, and slow gait, it moves gracefully across the landscape. It feeds on termites and ants, and its long tongue is its main tool. Spotting it in the late afternoon is a magical experience, as if nature is gifting us with a rare sighting. On the same sunset safari, we come across cattle returning from the fields. It's a symbolic encounter between wildlife and rural life, a typical Pantanal scene where livestock coexists with native fauna. The Pantanal fox, with discreet habits and a sharp gaze, appears at unexpected moments. It can be seen crossing trails or hunting small animals at dusk. With its grayish fur and always alert ears, it adds a special charm to the safari. Often, its presence is only revealed by footprints or a distant sound in the brush. Once again, the sunset closes the day with an unforgettable show. As the light fades, the sky fills with dramatic colors and golden reflections on the Coexist's waters. It's the perfect moment to reflect, record, and simply be grateful for the opportunity to be in one of the most beautiful and untouched places on the planet. The southern tamandua, smaller and more agile than its giant relative, is usually seen at dusk or early night. It climbs trees with ease and feeds mainly on insects. It is a solitary and silent animal, requiring patience to be found. When spotted, it enchants with its delicacy and smooth movements. At night, the giant anteater reappears, now cloaked in the mystery of darkness. With low beams and great care, we manage to observe its more reserved behavior. It moves slowly, sniffing the ground and ignoring the vehicle's presence. The scene is silent and almost hypnotic, revealing the nocturnal life in all its power. In the final night spotting, we end this unique experience on a high note. The glowing eyes among the vegetation reveal the forest's most secret inhabitants. Holding our breath, camera in hand, and heart racing, we're reminded that the Pantanal is a world apart, wild, mysterious, and absolutely fascinating. So, did you enjoy this full tour through the Southern Pantanal? Then leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next videos. Comment below which animal you'd like to see up close, or which part of the tour enchanted you the most. Share with those who love nature, and come live this adventure with us.